Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button and turn your notification so you are notified each time I upload. And please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I'm saying massive shout out to you all for the support, the love you all shower me here with. Thank you so much. So today I saw this video and I was like, whoa. Okay, let's talk about it. And it's about this Muslim woman. I don't know where she's from. She was like talking about why can't Black Americans seems to get their acts together. And then she made a list of all the things that colored people did to Black people and still doing to Black people that is holding most of them back till this very moment. She started by chattel slavery, Jim Crow, Black Code, domestic terrorism, a whole lot of it. And then it boils down to me seeing that I have never woken up to Black people doing some certain things to colored people, like trying to maltreat them in some ways or trying to make things hard for them and all that. But it has always been from the start that colored people are always in Black people's business and making things really, really hard for them to live a good life and all that. Like, it takes a lot of hard work for a Black person to make almost what a colored person is making, right? And are we talking about mass incarceration, the redlining, urban renewal, the medical experimentation they use on Black people, and a whole lot of it? And okay, police brutality, it's a whole lot that she mentioned. So she was like, when you all ask why can't Black Americans seems to get their act together, I want you to take a look at all this list that is oppressing them. And not until that system is mantled, it will be very, very hard for Black people. But then all we want is just for them to pay Black people their reparations, because you all have all this money and you are funding Israel and all Ukraine. When you are supposed to pay reparations, pay them their reparations and dismantle that system. Let's get into this video.
If you are a descendant of immigrants who have come to the United States since the 1960s, I want you to take a look at this picture and keep this in mind if you ever have the question, or if you hear others have the question about, well, my parents came to this country, my grandparents, my great-grandparents came to this country with nothing, not speaking English, not knowing anyone, and they were able to make a life for themselves. Why can't Black Americans seem to do the same? So here's some homework for those of you who have that question, or if you hear others who have this question, take some time and look through Google to see what all of these things are. What is chattel slavery, specifically chattel slavery? You might have heard of Jim Crow. You probably haven't heard of Black codes. You probably haven't heard of some major racial massacres against Black folks in the United States and descendants of enslaved people. Maybe you have heard of redlining, but maybe you don't know about how the war on drugs is very much a racial issue. This is going to give anyone with these kinds of questions a really good sense as to just a sample of some of the things that Black Americans have had to face in this country that is very specific to their racialized experience, that folks who are immigrants or children of immigrants, grandchildren of immigrants who have come since the 1960s, that we have not had to deal with and our parents and grandparents did not have to deal with. If you are a descendant of immigrants who have come to the United States since the 1960s, I want...
Listen, at this point in life, this shouldn't even be a topic or of discussion. Listen, everybody, ethnicity, race, nationality, or whoever, whatever, has done something wrong, right? Right or wrong? True indeed. But let's get this one known fact. As I sit here in the beautiful hood amongst my people in Richmond, Virginia, you know what I'm saying? This is what I sit here and I understand. Yes, could it be dangerous around here? But let me explain something to you right now. I don't know any so-called Black person that dropped bombs on communities. I don't know any so-called Black person that kidnapped 50,000 kids and just, yeah. I don't know any black person that breaks into jails and condemns a man and don't even know the story because he don't like the color of his skin. I don't know any. So logically, there's things that other people have ever done in history that we have never done in history. There's no way impossible logically. No, it don't matter who you are, Asian, Spanish, well, not Spanish. I'm not gonna say Spanish because that's a language, not a people. But you know what I mean, because y'all, that's what they Latinos. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying. But either way, what I'm saying is, if you look at everybody else and everybody ever tally down everything that they've ever done to anybody, there's no way logically you could ever say that black people were ever the problem of anything. And even now, if we're a problem, it's because you're around us because we don't even do anything to you. So if something ever really happened to happen to you, it's because you butt in our business, you come at us because naturally, if I'm looking at it correctly, we only seem to be fighting each other. We only seem to be killing each other. We only seem to be stealing from each other. Oh, now that I think about it, we don't do shit to nobody for real, but ourselves. So to say we are a problem to who? Us? Yes, of course. That is a problem amongst us we should fix. Yes, true indeed. And it has nothing to do with everybody else. When everybody else has a history of going somewhere else and stealing, conquering, unaliving, and so many other heinous crimes that you could think of. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. Stop this shit. Cut this shit off. Why are we still talking about this? Y'all talking unification, but we still stuck on stupid shit that should make sense to everybody. I thought that we all went to school and we learned context clues and tones, but what I realize now is, how did you educate yourself just to turn around and be ignorant and complacent when you can clearly see the answer? To me, it seemed like you guys just don't want to live right at all. They don't want to live morally. Don't nobody want to do the right thing. It seems like people want to be evil. You want to ignore the facts. And you're not even, I feel like y'all doing it on purpose. I feel like you're just doing it on purpose because you're mad and bitter at the world and you're mad how your life turned out. Yes, you feel like you're going to flaunt to the world that you're successful, everybody. But in actuality, all of you guys don't seem happy to me. You seem unsure to me. I'm not doing shit for likes. I don't give a damn if you like it or not.
So I don't know how I saw this video, and I thought I should actually share it. And it was like, why can't Black Americans seem to get their act together? Like, most of the things she said, like, not even most, everything she pointed out was just like, the reality of Black people, from chattel slavery to Jim Crow, Black codes, white domestic terror, racial massacre, and the rest of it. Medical appetite, experimentations. I mean, the truth is that, like, each time I look at all this, and I am like, how is all this happening to a particular set of people? Like, redlining, war on drugs, mass incarceration, over-policing, police brutality, conflict leasing, a whole lot. So that's why most times when other community, I am sure that most communities already are woken up. They've woken up and understood, like, they had their own share, but nobody had it like Black people, and still having it to this very moment. And then you remember that most of the Black towns that were flourishing were all bombed out and all that. It's rare to see Black people waking up to wanting to do bad things, to pump colored people and all that. It is rare. It doesn't come by easily. It's something you rarely hear. But then it is okay that they wake up every day to do some certain things to Black people. So these are the part of the reason why most Black communities haven't even are still shaking. Because most of the things that were supposed to be moved over to black people are being given, especially funding when it comes to school and all that, are being pushed to their own side, making it hard for black people to live. Why is it that education is, I mean, education is being funded on the other side, and the other side is not so good? But it is okay, but not as good as it is the other side. And the rest of housing and the rest of it. And the reality and the truth is that black people aren't even asking for much. They are not even asking you people to do anything for them, just to dismantle that system that is oppressing them, and also pay them their reparations, because it is long overdue. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.